The following video may not be for the faint-hearted and could cause a monumental build-up of panic, jitters, frenzy, unease, distress, alarm, hysteria, and palpitations, which may be lurking around every corner. Where pinpoint accuracy is fundamental to your survival, with our mission to rescue hostages, because that's the name of the game. Before we get into all that, we need to go back to the past, where it was so long ago, it was in black and white. I was so excited that a small cardboard box full of wonder would be waiting for me once the school day had finished. I told every single person that day of my good fortune of securing one of the most talked about video games of its day. A game made in France by the people that brought you such classics as Alone in the Dark 1, 2 and 3. And who can forget North and South? My good friends used to play this game for so long it resulted in actual bodily harm. Hostages felt scary, felt a bit naughty, and felt a bit like it was going to be an awful lot of fun. But what pleasures lay before that bright blue box with a man with a gun on it? I will probably need a really good book to help me prepare. A non-official sequel was made called Alcatraz in 1992, which I've never played and never even heard of before today. Also quite concerning. Known as Operation Jupiter in France for reasons unknown to me which cause concern. Let's try this again. Welcome to Hostages, a test of wits, where alliances form and fall to bits. Trust is scarce, like gold in the sand, and who knows what tricks are close at hand. Sounds a load of old waffle that. We haven't got time for waffles, we only have time for one small piece of lightly buttered wholemeal toast. This is serious business. An embassy has been overrun, and you know what that means. It means it could be like an uninvited flash mob which takes over your house party, who may try to redecorate and wave silly little protest signs about. A diplomatic version of Who Let the Dogs Out, but with more paperwork and fewer cute puppies. Or it may just mean that terrorists have taken a load of hostages and are making unacceptable demands. Position your marksman. What do you do in Hostages? You wait around a bit and get your men ready for the strategic fight of your life. After a monumental briefing session that only adds to the tension, you must first position your men in funny places to give yourself the ultimate tactical advantage. Control confusingly titled men such as Echo, Delta and Mike. But where's Charlie? Get ready for some epic wall jumping and hiding action that would make a ninja jealous or not. And just look at these graphics. Crisp as a day-old donut. I remember going absolutely ape for this part of the game as a small child. Heartbeats and moody music make for a dazzling mix of fun, excitement, and all the other words you can think of that makes you feel warm inside. Always worth hiding in a hot club. Not a hot tub though. That would never work. Dodge the spotlights with an array of fancy footwork, diving and rolling skills to ensure your highly trained blue men are ready for action. Keep checking where your man is on the map to ensure your people are safely tucked away in the correct spot, which is handily provided by a tiny X. Seem to be doing okay with this mic. Always trust the mic is what I say. Gets the job done. Do not hesitate to hide for many precious seconds until the spotlights are gone, but do remember that you are on a time limit, so you cannot dither about for too long. Time is money, and money is time, and money equals terrorists times SWAT team divided by hostages equals success. Or something like that. I was never that good at maths. Welcome to the roof. No time to mourn for Mike. A rooftop assault is next in line in order to ensure a reasonable deployment of tiny armed men are in position and ready for action, with added atmosphere by making it look like it's being filmed on a video camera. Be prepared to move endless crosses around on a little map, so you can translate this into some element of common sense, meaning that the little crosses are in fact your little men that will soon be anticipating smashing through windows and taking out the terrorists in a blaze of glory. F1 and F2 are your carefully named sniper people who will be providing you with some important additional coverage. If I had £2 for every time I forgot how to enter a window on hostages, I would probably have about £78 by now. You have to sort of hold the fire button down and move the control right on the pad to witness exciting window action, just like you are seeing now. Failing here to make the intended dramatic entrance, replacing action with a marshmallow type approach to breaking windows. What should happen here is a dramatic charge towards the window to allow the correct velocity to smash through like some aged Hollywood action hero. Line up your chap and give yourself the correct send-off, if you can work out the secret combination. Care should have been taken to ensure trusty sniper men F1 and F2 to have checked the area beforehand, so they could have done a clean sweep of window duty to check if any bad lads were loitering, and pick them off with their elongated weapon with handy zoom feature. Never mind, it's good to live dangerously. Inside the embassy. This is where the real action begins, hunting the terrorists down in a blaze of brightly coloured rooms and sparse furniture, venturing down corridors of terror to find the baddies and rescue the hostages. A number of shortcuts to your people are available by further use of the F1 keys, and top left map action is clearly supplied for your convenience. You can switch at any time to your snipers to have a go at picking off deadly terrorists by peering through the windows, which gives an added thrill to the game and makes it even more atmospheric. My good friend is obsessed with new games, as he loves the high-gloss, super frame rates of games with Ring in the title. Hostages is not a new game, it's a very old game, but it still retains some charm, some dark broodiness, and yet wraps it all up in a comfortable dressing gown of nostalgia. Oh dear, I've been shot. I think I would still prefer to take down some terrorists rather than wander around a bit looking for someone's ring. After many opening and closing of white doors, you may eventually get to a point in your life where you have cleared all rooms of bad guys and rescued all hostages, and won't that be the greatest ever day of your life? Consternation. Oh dear, the count is black at all levels. It might be okay though, there is only talk of a resignation, so it may not happen. Some funny English here. 4 deads in the group. Let's have another go. This doesn't look too much like an embassy. It just looks like someone's house. I mean, what kind of an embassy has bright brown and green walls? I think you have to secure the hostages in some sort of secret room, but since I don't have the instructions, and since I don't have any inkling to procure the instructions to provide me with adequate instruction and direction, I guess we will just have to figure it out. Anyway, you get the idea. This is massively exciting, just like being in a Marky Mark movie, or something like it. Not just any Marky Mark movie, as we must remember the grave mistakes that were made with that film where something was supposed to happen, but never did. Can a game like Hostages still compete in this brave new world, which is full of Call of Duty games and like-minded clones? I think it can. It may be getting on a bit, but it still feels fresh despite its age, and still good for a bit of a knockaround on a Saturday afternoon or evening, depending on your preference. Come on, that's got to be it. Surely. Oh heck, it's even worse now. A blunder without precedent. What was going through the head of this man? Lack of confidence and failing nerves? I don't think so.